Hey everybody, this is Elijah with Righteous River Fishing in Oregon, and I came all the way down to the river today just to show you a couple of effective steelhead fishing methods to prepare you for winter steelhead fishing. Now this kit I've got actually is discontinued. I got it, it's vintage, it's discontinued, but I think the things in here that I show you, you're gonna really like. Maybe you can imitate them yourself with your own setup. So today I'm gonna show you 2 ways, killer effective ways to fish for winter steelhead. Stay tuned. Now you're probably gonna say, what's so special about this jig kit? And that's really what I'm gonna show you today. So I got lucky and actually purchased these on Facebook Marketplace, and I couldn't believe what I found. And then I reached out to the guy, he has a second kit, so I'm gonna have 2 kits. And basically this company went out of business many years ago. But this is like a candy dropper kit. And what I mean by that is, you have a steelhead jig, but the nice thing is it has the extra spot to tie on below it. And then you have these things, these little drifters, okay? So check this out. That just looks like a yarny, right? Not much to it. But if you look at it closely, there is a straw pasted or glued in it. Now that straw is meant to just insert your own hook through there, and that's your dropper. So let's get one that kind of matches. Well, that's probably the best match. So I like to fish a lot of dropper setups for steelhead. And normally what I'll do is I'll have a jig and I will tie onto this shank here, and I'll put a leader and some eggs, or maybe a piece of yarn or something like that, scented yarn, something like that, corky. But here, this kit is just set up for it. So I'm really impressed with these jigs with the droppers, and I'm really impressed with these cool streamers that I've never seen anything like it before. And look at these colors. This kit has some incredible colors. Like, man, all of them are just, look at this pink. These are all 1/8 ounce, I believe. But look at that pink. Oh my gosh. And then you can match it up if you want with a similar color. Or, oh, look at this. Look at those. Imagine fishing that jig on top and that streamer on the bottom. That is a very effective method. But I have 2 different rods that I want to use to show you different ways you can fish these. So anyways, this is like the candy dropper kit, and I'm going to show you the rod and reel now. These are my steelhead bobber rods, and you're going to find them a little bit ridiculous. My favorite size, length for a bobber rod is 10.5 feet. And you might think that's long, but your ability to mend the line with a 10.5 foot rod is incredible. You can have a tremendous amount of control over your bait, and you can stop your line from, going too far ahead, forward. You can be right on your bait. So that's it. But this one, actually, I ordered these custom from Edge Rods, and this is 11 feet 3 inches, 6 to 15 pounds. So this is gonna be my primary salmon steelhead bobber rod, but I have a little bit of a different setup, and I can link a video to the setup I have on here. See, I don't have this configured like a standard bobber rod, okay? This is my sliding tungsten setup. So if you notice, it's a 1/2 ounce bobber, but my weight moves, okay? Now what this setup allows you to do is you'll be fishing, that weight is hanging down, it turns your bait, presents it sideways, and it just drags your bead, your streamer through the water. So that is a very effective way to fish for steelhead. Then my other rod is set up more traditional, where it's just a weight down to an inline, a float down to an inline weight down to your jig. So let me show you the second rod, and then we're going to tie these up, and I'm going to show you what I mean, how I'm going to fish these things. Now, if you thought 11.5 feet was ridiculous, this is my lighter setup by Edge Rods, and this is actually 13 feet long. And you might think that's ridiculous, but this is kind of an experiment. It is a medium light rod, so it has a lot of play. So it's more like your fly fishing, your centerline fishing, but it's just a spinning rod, the way I like it. This one is 6 to 10 pounds. It's a moderate light, 13 feet long. And the setup here is more standard. The setup on this rod is a little lighter, so I've got a 3/8 ounce bobber, and I always put an extra flotation device on top of it for visibility, down to a 1/4 ounce inline weight, and then you go down to your jig. So this is just for some finesse jig fishing. And what I'm going to do with this one is we're going to tie up our double dropper onto this, and then our other tungsten dropper setup, we're just going to put one of those dropper flies off of it. So let's go ahead, cut off these leaders, retie them, and tie up our new setups. First of all, I'm going to pick out one of these jigs. It's really murky water, so I'm going to go with a bright color today. So I have 12-pound line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run 12-pound on the top and 10-pound on the bottom. Okay, I use a trilene knot here. I like it because it goes through the loop twice. I'm going to do 7 wraps, bring it back to the loop and tighten it up. Nice, very strong. This 12-pound line might be a little bit heavy, might be a little overkill, but we're just going to roll with it. I probably should use 10 and 8, but what I have here today is 12 and 10. The nice thing is I can have, with this long rod, you can also have long leaders. And that's kind of nice, because a lot of times you want these long leaders so your main line's not visible, but your rod's just not long enough for it. So the first jig is there. I've got about a 3-foot leader here to the jig. Now what I'm going to do is tie onto the bottom one, and we're going to go drop down to 10-pound line and find our dropper, and we need a hook. What I want to do is show you that hole. So my plan is that this might just fit through. It's not going to. It's too big. Okay, so that's not how it works. Actually, I'm going to have to tie it on and run the line through this. That's going to be how it works. Okay, we're going to try this one more time. We are just going to take our line this time, run it through the tube. See it? Pull that through, and this is what's going to follow. Wow. Not bad, huh? That's a pretty cool idea to have that tube in there. Let's try to get a better picture here. Look at that. And that'll also, kind of like a corky, it'll move around and float, and if they take it, you'll set the hook, and then that hook will come up and go in there. So now we're going to tie this this dropper onto that jig with the dropper. Oh gosh, I keep falling. We have our jig. Now we just run that dropper on the bottom of it. This is so much easier than tying to the shank. Like, someone needs to make these jigs in mass quantity, because this is brilliant. So I'll do a couple camera shots to show like what we got going on here. Okay, I just want to recap what we just did. This is that long bobber rod, 1/2 ounce float, inline, 1/4 ounce weight. Then it goes down to an 1/8 ounce jig with the dropper on it. And then you have that extra little dropper that we rigged up here and just stuck a hook through it. Okay, so that's the setup. I think any steelhead fisherman will tell you that that's a really brilliant move. This kit is very impressive, and man, I really want to find someone who makes jig kits, and I want to send them my second kit and have them make this and collaborate with me and have me help you sell them. I'll give you the idea. This kit is amazing. Let's tie up our second rod. We're going to do this one a little bit different with the tungsten dropper, and I want you to see what we're going to do. So check it out. Something very special about half these drifters here. I think you're going to be really impressed here. So let's check this out. I want to show you. Look at this drifter. It not only does it have that tube and your marabou, but look at this. It has a bead in it. Oh man, this is an outstanding idea. Look at that. This thing is crazy. We're still going to run our hook through, And that's what's going to drift instead of a bead. I would much rather fish this than a bead all day long. So let's repurpose that leader and get this on there. Look at this. Look at that. All right, we're going to tie that on. Just wanted to show you the second setup. Now again, this one has a sliding 1/2 ounce bobber, but the tungsten slider goes with it. Once that tungsten goes down to the bottom, this streamer will go behind it or in front of it, but it will just drag down. And that tungsten is a very low profile, very dense. It'll drop down quick and it'll be pretty subdued. And that'll give you this, this streamer a great chance to catch fish. Look at that. That streamer goes anywhere it wants, just like a corky. One last look. Tungsten sliding setup. Okay. And I have another video I'll link to show you if you want to try this tungsten setup. Down to another 3-foot leader. Down to your streamer, dropper streamer. I am really digging this idea here. There we go. Down to your dropper streamer. So excellent. Unfortunately, this water here is a lot higher than I expected. It's kind of unfishable. I'm still going to get a couple casts up here. We're going to give it a try, and then we're probably just going to move on. So what do you think about those two methods? They look good, right? Obviously, you don't have access to this discontinued kit, but you can mimic something like this. You can also use a yarny, obviously. You know, when you're steelhead fishing, my whole goal is to show you that you don't have to just fish a jig under a bobber. You can go ahead and add a dropper, just tie it to the shank, and add yourself some eggs on a hook, maybe a little yarny, a bead, something like that. But you can always run 2 setups. But it does help if you have a longer rod, because it's a lot easier to run those 2 setups if you have a longer rod. So let's go up to the top of this hole. And it's a little rough, but we're going to go ahead and get a couple drops in there and see if we can't catch fish.